Hi, my name is Nick Curcio. I born and raised in Bristol, Virginia. Grew up here, went to Virginia High School, moved away to Michigan after college. Been there, been training there, got my black belt in the Carlson Gracie system.
Alright guys, and we are back at it. My name is Logan Griffin. Today we're going to be breaking down a roll that I had with one of my former high school teammates. We wrestled at the same high school. He's also a black belt in jiu-jitsu, Nick Curcio. So here we are, my name is Logan. Once again, I'm on bottom, and my former teammate, Nick Curcio, is on top. Me and Nick actually have trained jiu-jitsu before. I think probably the last time was a few years back. He was maybe blue belt, maybe I was purple, or vice versa. I can't really remember. I know it's been a long time. And I think there was actually one tournament that he did beat me. And what tournament it was, I don't know. That memory is so distant in my head, but I'm pretty sure we might have been in the same division. I don't know. I got beat a lot of times, so I don't know if it was him or not, but I think it was. But now it's my turn for sweet, sweet revenge. Nick is probably, I don't know, 39, I'm 33. So I do have the youth advantage, if that's what you want to call it. And probably a little size advantage as well. I think I'm about 20 pounds, maybe 15 pounds heavier than he is. Nonetheless, Nick is super tough. Nick presents a lot of challenges, and I watched him train with the other guys in the gym, some super tough guys, and it was hanging with the best of them. And he's always been like a very serious athlete. You can see he's in good shape, and I mean, I can't really speak highly enough about the guy. He's always been one of my closer teammates, and it's just such a great time to have him back on the mats and to see each other's game, how we've kind of progressed through the years. So right there, I just come up for an easy over-under sweep. It's kind of unorthodox, but you know, if it's there, take it. I had a black belt years ago tell me, he said, hey, quit focusing on the pretty stuff, right? Quit focusing on the stuff that's crowd pleasing, and focus on the stuff that works. Hey, if you're in a tournament and you need to score 2 points, my God, come up for the sweep, and no matter how you got to do it and get on top. It doesn't matter how ugly it looks, or you know, whatever people are going to think about it, at least you did it. So that always resonated with me. I always keep that concept in my training philosophy. Okay, so I was able to get on top and get a sweep and get on top, and now I'm just going for the back. Strong chair sit. We're gonna get to the straight jacket control for the finish, and then get it reset. One of the things that I don't do anymore is necessarily take a shot off my knees. And so it's tough. Like, my whole game has had to change to feel things. So I'm looking for like over ties, underhooks, and like I like to do like some snap downs, some snatch singles. So that's kind of what you're gonna see from me in the wrestling department. Nothing special, nothing crazy, just working the basics. So I pick up a little single leg here, and then Nick's able to like almost threaten the guillotine. Doesn't quite work out for him, and I just smash the legs before he can control or he can get recovered to like a proper guillotine finish with his lower body. It's a little bit late for Nick to start letting go with his left arm. I remember focusing on keeping his hand kind of sandwiched in between my shoulder and his body, and I'm able to land the Von Flue from half guard. So now I'm going to play top, and I'm really just trying to invite him to get close. I want to be able to tie him up and work my butterfly sweeps, work my half guard from a close distance. But Nick does a really good job of kind of playing defensive here and playing smart. And here I'm going for the arm drag, and he's able to defend it just by pulling out. So I try to sit up with him and go for an underhook, and it leads to almost a body lock from bottom. Over under, he drives in just a little bit too much, and he's able to give me the momentum I need to finish the butterfly sweep right there. And then we're just gonna get into like a tripod pass. When I go tripod pass, I always focus keeping my forehead on the mat, and my hips kind of light. It kind of depends. Sometimes they're heavier, sometimes they're light, but in this instance right here, they look a little bit more light, and I'm just able to like push his knee behind me. It's an effortless pass when done right. But there's certainly a lot of defeats that you're going to have to face when you're working on that pass if your balance isn't the best. So it's a great pass, but you know, there's a learning curve to it. But I love that game because it's just made for cooking opponents. If you can cook your opponent and make them tired, life is so much better. Life is so much easier when you're able to start doing that, implementing that into your jiu-jitsu. That's kind of been the main theme of mine lately, is how to cook my opponents, how to make them tired, and how to just stay, like, you know, a step ahead. Even if they do get half guard, I still want to be like a step ahead. I started bottom and then he went for the single leg, and I'm able to just turn my hips, work that high elbow guillotine, and then force the roll and get the sweep right there. So I go for a gut wrench and that far inside knee tap, and then I'm able to use that as soon as I break him down to a hip to a top spin. I think that's just good grappling, you know. I think that's just being able to mix your wrestling, being able to mix your jiu-jitsu, and then you know, combining the two and using both to your benefit. So as soon as I pass, I go to hunt the elbows, and it leads to the arm triangle. That's one thing that I'm looking to do when I get on top, is not only head position, but also taking elbows away. If you can take the elbows away, it just stops their elbow escapes, it stops their upas, it stops their kipping escapes, because they gotta have their hands for that. You take the elbows up, it's really, honestly, it's helpful. It's helpless. So here we are, I'm back on bottom, Nick's back on top, and he's kind of still playing like more of a defensive game here. I'm trying to like even invite him to get on top by laying on the mat, my back on the mat. You can see he's just kind of like pushing and breaking all the grips, which is not bad. It's just defensive. So I have a little bit of a hard time getting to him because it's scrappy right there, but eventually we will find our way. So I feel his hand go to the mat, and I'm able to get an overhook. But I'm not really able to do anything with it. He was still being pretty wiry with that right hand that we can't see on this camera angle, and just pulls out of the overhook. And now from here, it's like time for me to get a little bit loose and a little bit crafty. So I'm just like underhooking the leg. Even if I can go like for like a reverse de la warm grip. I don't know if you nogi guys know what I'm talking about, but basically near side underhook. I'm just able to like force a sweep somehow, some way. Like I said, it's not the prettiest, but I am getting on top, and that's all that matters. Like I said, Nick is one of my role models. He's one of the guys that carved the path for me to do what I'm doing. And if you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, the round between Nick and I. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, giving this video a like, and leaving a comment below. Thank you so much for rolling with us today. We'll catch you on the next one.